What's that grin on your face for? We're live, by the way.
I'm just wondering if you have room behind you to stand up and do the challenge we were talking about earlier.
Joey, I need you to turn that down, please. Thank you so much. How much room do I need?
I just need to be able to see your head to your arms. Like, okay. So, this is all reverse. What's your right side? Okay. Can you look behind you and look at your heel? Like if you lift your leg up, can you look behind you and look at your heel?
Which way? Which direction?
Your right heel. Your right heel. Like if you look behind you, like if you look down and behind you. Okay. So here's what I need you to do. Okay. So I need you to, lift your right leg. Okay. Now raise your right hand at the same time. Not now. When I count 3, raise your right hand and look down at your right heel at the same time. Right. So
Okay.
just so you don't get crossed up. What's your right hand? Wave your right hand.
I'm gonna fall, aren't I? I'm gonna fall, aren't I?
I promise you're not. I promise you're not. I promise you're not. So just wave your right hand real quick. Okay. So on the count of 3, you're at the same time, you're going to look back down at your right heel, and you're going to raise your right hand. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Do it again. Do it again. Ah!
You just wanted me to do it so that you can make the noise?
Yeah.
You've been looking forward to that all morning for that?
My friend went to Santa Cruz yesterday, and in the middle of the candy store with her and her son and like 3 of her friends, and she didn't know what I was doing, and I had her do it in the middle of the candy store, and I thought just she was doing it, and all of her friends were doing it too, and I was loud on the phone. So in the candy store, you saw them all raise their right hand and
You're dumb. You get off on the dumbest stuff. You're so silly.
I know.
You're so silly. What are you up to today? What are you up to today?
I gotta go to Lodi. My oldest left his phone at my mom's house last week, and so we're heading to Lodi to get his phone, and then I think we're gonna hit up the science museum for kids.
Oh, is it open?
Yeah.
Oh, good. That museum in Lodi for kids is awesome. What time are you guys gonna go do that?
Starts at 2. We have a mutual friend on Facebook. Her name is Alexis, and she works there. And I checked in with her, and she said they open at 10. They go until 1. 1 o'clock, they close down. From 1 to 2, they clean, and then they open back at 2 o'clock again.
Oh, that's nice. How much is it to get in? Do you know?
When we went last time, it's reasonable.
Only like a few bucks, right?
Yeah, it's like $3 or $6 a person or something. It's like nothing.
Yeah, it's just my kids have school tomorrow, because usually when I come down to the valley, it's so that we can stay the night and I don't have to come back. But I don't think the drive from here to Lodi is very far for me. I think it's only like an hour.
What time do your kids get out of school?
2 o'clock.
Well,
Lodi Science.
Lodi to Murphy's is 1 hour and 9 minutes.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
It's not bad, although it is a small museum. So I don't mean that in a bad way. I just don't know if it's an hour and 9-minute drive for the museum big. You know what I mean?
Well, have you been? There's nothing up here for them to do.
What's that?
There's nothing up here for them to do.
Good point.
No, but we're probably going to do something Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I told you yesterday that it looks like some of the campgrounds have opened up, but it's a little cold. And when we go camping again, I want to take the paddleboard out. We've been wanting to go to the lake, and it's just too cold.
But are you expecting to fall in?
No, but you have to step in it to get on the paddleboard. Hey, by the way, my friend caught 17 trout in less than 2 hours yesterday. You need to come fishing.
Can you text me where? Don't tell me where. Text me where.
Yeah, because you don't want other people to know. Let me wait, because he's probably not awake right now.
When you ask him, okay. When you ask him, this is so important.
So he showed me the pictures of the trout, and I was like, trout? And he's like, no, bluefish tuna in Arnold. I'm like, get out of here. Go ahead.
When you ask him where it's at, you need to make sure to let him know that A, it's for me, and B, I asked off the air, and I don't want to tell anyone else where it's at either, if he's willing to share.
Yep, he says, we caught 17 fish in 2 hours. Looking at this photo, I think I know where he's at.
Okay.
He's on an early bird, so I will ask him when he wakes up.
Okay, so he caught an afternoon bite then. That must have been afternoon fishing.
Yes, because I saw him briefly in the morning at like 11, so he had to have gone after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm looking at some camping trips too because we have a really small window. I don't know if you looked or not, but we have a really small window between the end of June and the mid part of September where you and I can take vacations or go do things. And it's still gonna be pretty hot. But I was looking at like some December camping too. But I was looking at like Henry Cowell in Santa Cruz, something like that, which is like 10 minutes away from the
You and I still need to get on I want to get on an ocean boat when it's crab season. I still want to do that so bad.
We can go on a boat anytime. I mean, crab season or not, we can go on a ling cod, rock cod boat for like $80. I mean, maybe it'd be like 150 because you have to buy a license.
You get motion sickness.
You take Dramamine before you go out.
Yeah, I have to take Dramamine because if once it's done, it's over for me.
There's 2 boats I want to take you on. Like the crab boats would be fun, but we don't have to go on a boat for crabs. We can on crabbing season. We can go where other people are crabbing and just get crab pots and do it on our own.
So some dude slipped into my DMs last week that was like, "You need to come out fishing with me," and I'm like, "What are you trying to do, bro?" And then I go look at his page, and he like charters boats. It's what he does. I was like, "That's the creepiest DM I've ever gotten."
Good. That's a good thing to take pause on. Like anytime anyone's like, hey, you need to come out to the reservoir with me. That's a reason to be like,
your opening line is, "Hey, let me take you out on a boat." No, I'm good here. Don't know you, bro.
Hi, my name's Hank. Do you want to get my pickup and go out to the reservoir with me? Something around dusk, 11 o'clock at night, I don't know, whatever.
That was probably what I fell for.
I remember one time when I lived in San Jose. Have you ever just walked off with a stranger?
Yes.
Okay. When I was in San Jose, I was 20, right? There was this guy that stood on the corner of First Street and Cole Circle, right by where I worked. Every single morning he was out there. And every day I would walk to the Chevron. I was a smoker then. Every day I walked to the Chevron to get a pack of cigarettes and a Coke, right? And every day he'd be there in his little golf hat. He had to be like in his 40s or 50s. I was 20. He'd be like, hey, do you like movies? Do you want to come see a movie with me? And you could tell it was like a religious thing, you know? You're like, no, I'm good. Finally, one time, I'm like, you know what, dude? I do. Let's go see a movie.
You went with them? Good for you.
Yes, I did.
And how did that go? Did you obviously you're still here with us today.
Still here today and not a whole lot of trauma. So everything was okay. He was Jehovah's Witness and we went to their congregation and he took me into a room and he showed me a movie about the I can't remember what it was, like the temple or whatever they anyway. I tapped out after about 10 minutes. And when I left, it was a whole lot of like, are you sure you want to leave? Are you sure you want to leave? Are you sure that, it was like one of those, like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I want to go. Nothing against what you have going on here. Just, I wanted to see what the movie was and now I've seen it. I think I'm ready to go.
That sounds like some of my dates. No, I'm ready to go now.
Yeah.
I don't need to stay till the end of this. I'm just ready to go right now.
But it was one of those things, like I wasn't walking down the street by myself, right? Like I think my old roommate Ruben was with me or somebody I worked with. It was one of those where like I was leaving and like they knew where I was going, and it was one of those like, you're an idiot. And I'm like, I know, let's see what happens.
I know, I'm so stupid, but I'm going. I'm gonna check this movie out.
It's like Yes Man. Did you see the movie Yes Man with Jim Carrey?
Yeah, I love that movie.
Have you ever thought it would be like if you just said yes all the time? I mean, not like the
because they had that Yes Day too with Jennifer Gardner. Remember the Yes Day? And my kids begged me for that Yes Day, the Yes Day challenge where you say yes to everything they ask you to do. And I'm like, no, because I know my kids well enough that it's not going to be like, hey, can we have Pop-Tarts for dinner? It's going to be like, hey, Mom, jump off the balcony when it's raining and there's snow. Like, I already know my kids.
No, we're going to ask for a lot of V-Bucks and money.
See? He goes, yeah, no. He said on Yes Day, we're just going to ask you for money and V-Bucks. No.
On Yes Day, you can set limits, though, right? Like, I have to say yes up to $20.
Yeah, you're right? Like, I'm not going to be all, oh, yeah, we're going to Disneyland. Okay. Sure.
I remember one time with my ex. Oh, God bless her. Not my ex now, my ex from like 15 years ago, 20 years ago, right?
The one I hated?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was trying to I appreciate the gesture, right? She was trying to do one of those things where it was like, you just go shop and then I'll tell you when to stop, right?
Yeah.
And we were at a sporting goods store up in Auburn, right? And I'm like, oh my God, really? Okay. This is gonna be awesome. And I knew what we made at the time, right? When I grabbed stuff, I knew what we could afford and I knew what we could get away with. So I grabbed this really nice metal detector that was like $199. And she goes, oh, no. You're supposed to stop before that. And I'm like, well, this is not a stop game that I like.
No, this is not okay. That's not right.
And it was one of those things where like I put the metal detector back and I'm like grabbing things that are like $10 less. I'm like, do I stop here? She's like, no, you're supposed to stop before there too. So I'm like, metal detector, fishing rod, really nice net. I got down to like some tackle and some weights. It was like a $75 limit, right? And like, I feel bad saying that because I know that $75 is a lot of money. We were like 27 at the time and we were making fairly decent money. So I'm not sure why the limit was 75, but it was.
You're just a spoiled. You're the if they give you an inch, you take a mile guy.
No, I was super appreciative. I wasn't making fun of it. I wasn't like I am now 15 years later. But then I was like, this is so cool. Thank you so much. I really like these sliders in this line.
You see, no, when people offer me to go buy it, I never go hard. I never go to like the highest limit.
No?
No.
Not even for food.
No. Not even for food. So I was the assistant program director for our radio station for years. And our program director was like, no, when we go to these record dinners, that is what we're here for, is to eat the fancy food. And I'm like, I feel bad ordering the most expensive thing on the menu. And he's like, no way. My wife for years has used this as like her tiptoeing, like, if I don't like it, at least I'm not paying for it. So then we started going out to dinner and I would be like, well, I usually don't order that. It's a little bit more expensive. I'm going to order that. And if I don't like it, at least I didn't pay for it. Even then, like, I still, like, I don't get the most expensive thing on the menu.
You get anxiety. Like you're not being.
Yes. Like I'm being impolite. Yeah.
Yeah. No, food doesn't bother me. Food, like dating or otherwise. Like if I'm
hold on.
Yeah.
Can you guys please be quiet? Thank you.
I'm waiting for them to yell down.
Working
and be like, no,
from home.
we'd rather not. Wait for you to be like, can you be quiet? And be like, no, sorry.
Don't give them that idea. I'm glad I have these headphones on. They can't hear you.
No, I don't mind food though on a date. Like if I'm on a date and they get the most expensive thing on the menu, I mean, first of all, I have a little bit of control over that because I can choose where we go. So I can look at the menu ahead of time and be like, the most expensive thing is not going to break me if they get it, you know?
I always look at the menu. If I'm going on a date, if I'm hanging out with my girlfriends, if I'm just going out of town, I will Yelp that thing and I look at menus. I have a buddy who travels for work and he'll tell me I'm at so-and-so restaurant and I look up the menu and I try to guess what he's eating. It's one of my favorite games.
I like that game. That's a fun game.
It's a lot. It's so much fun. Yeah. And I'm like, and what would I get? And I love menus. I'll look at a menu all day.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. And you know what too? Like I'm in kind of like this really cool renaissance mode where I can like go out and try all these really cool foods I haven't tried before. But when it comes to the food, like if I take somebody out, if there's prime rib and it's like $40, I know that it's going to be there ahead of time, and I'm prepared for that if it happens. Because if I took you there and I can't afford what's on the menu, then I probably shouldn't have taken you there. You know, like that's just going to be a bad luck all the way around. Yeah,
good for you for knowing that. Remember when that one guy I went out with that we had a awesome ratings period, probably like one of our best ever. And he's like, let me take you out to celebrate, blah, 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 blah. And we go out and the bill comes and he's like, so we're going halvesies.
Did you say yes or did you say no, we're not?
I said, well, first he just let the bill sit there. He just let it sit there. And I go, did you want me to take care of this? Like I got a sitter that, like I rearranged my whole day, right? And he was like, well, we can go halvesies. And then walks me out to my car and goes to kiss me and I duck away. And he's like, you don't even kiss on the first date? I'm like, bro, no. You don't get it. And then the next day he goes, we talked about ghosting yesterday at dinner. You're really going to do this? And I just didn't write him back. I never wrote him again.
Golf clap.
Yeah. And it's not like if that's determined ahead of time, we're going to go halves, blah, blah, blah. But this guy was like, let me take you out. We're going to celebrate you. Where's your favorite spot? It wasn't even that expensive of a spot. It was a nice spot, but not that expensive. And then like want some on the way out. You can't even pay for my steak. I'm good here. No thanks. Be quiet!
Did you want to try that TikTok challenge again?
Hey! Hold on a minute.
This is working from home. Oh my gosh. Actually, my kid's buddy, his mom. My buddy's mom works from home too, but she has like 8 kids running around the house and she's an accountant. It gets nuts.
Oh my God. You know who I think it was? You or me.
Me? What?
Did we say Alexa?
I don't know. Were you yelling at the kids and thinking it was
my my Echo Dot was going off. It was like some music in the background. So I must have did something to trigger it. And here I'm going, why are you guys playing that music so loud? And it was, I did it. I must have done it.
Your kids are probably upstairs right now going like, dude, we cannot be any quieter.
They're like, we don't have anything happening. They probably didn't even think I was yelling at them. Like, who's she yelling at?
They're probably like, she's turning it off. Is it not turning it off? Do we go help her? Let's go help her turn it off. Yeah,
see, Victoria says it's when we were talking about the science museum.
Oh, because I said we have a mutual friend on Facebook and her name is blah, blah,
yes. Blah. So this whole time that I've been telling them to turn their stuff down, it's been that.
Oh, man.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, kids. Mom of the year over here.
Hey, but you know what? Hey, we really Nancy Drew Hardy Boyd that, right? That's why we need the crude when we can't stand her listening all this.
Yeah, Papa Madden turns it off. He's like, they're watching us. All right, we got to wrap it up. Go ahead.
Yeah, real quick. I want to talk about this in the next stream because B is the one that posted the thing that inspired my question the other day because he was asking for prayers. And I was like, has anybody ever asked for thoughts and prayers for their family? And somebody been like, no, I'd rather not. You know, like
I had to jump off. I had to jump off of that on your social media because there was just too many downers on there for me. I was texting you in the middle of the night. I was texting you in the middle of the night, like, who's this person?
Right. Or when somebody's asking for suggestions, like, hey, can you tell me where to get a good something? I want somebody to be like, I don't think I want to tell you where to get the good one. Anyway, go do your thing. We'll talk later.
All right. We'll see you guys at 8. Bye.